All right. So we're getting rid of that now so it doesn't take my attention. Happy solstice, happy grand conjunction. I hope you all are feeling the wonderful energy that is permeating our atmosphere right now and our souls. It is such an honor to have you all here to do something together to celebrate this. And I say that because this morning in my own practice, in my own connection with all of the energy, all of the guides, everyone, I was told that we already created it. I was reminded. I already knew this, but sometimes you just forget about it when you get into all of the information that's coming at you about a certain thing. And I just want to remind you, we already created all of this. Now we just need to get our focus, sustain on it, and maintain that vibration so that we can stay in that frequency that we are, have been so looking forward to. So I'm already just like super hyped up, and I hope you are too. I wish you all well, and I'm sending you all my love. I'm going to stop talking here in just a few minutes and just allow the teachers to take over and run the show. As I usually do. And please know that what they do is while we are interacting with them, while we're listening to them, they literally guide my body to do certain things, to do the administrative stuff. So if you see me turning away or whatever, it doesn't mean that their attention is away from you. It just means my body's doing this. I literally am in my own place of deep joy once I start channeling them. So, and I may come in and out during the interactive portion. Sometimes they let me talk as well. We never know. So for those of you who are new to me or the star teachers, just know that they have been with me literally all of this incarnation, but they really came through a few years ago in a healing session to like in a physical form to help me with a very difficult healing situation with a client, and have been pretty much merged with me consciously ever since. And so they are the main group that I channel. They say that they are what you might call an ET, interdimensional race, but that they are literally us having evolved to a higher or more advanced level than what our current focus is, but that we literally do it. We achieve becoming them. And that's what we're working toward with this portal today, is literally joining with them and manifesting our current reality as a higher octave of our existence, rather than just getting off this Zoom or getting off this broadcast and going back outside and going, oh, nothing happened, nothing changed. It's all changed. It always has changed. You already did it. Now we just need to remember that we did it and put our focus on that. So that's their main message. We've already done it. They're just here to kind of remind us of who we are. And yeah, so I am going to just take a moment. And I think to get myself back into the frequency I need to get into, I'm going to do just a tiny little bit of breath work. I'm going to invite you to do that with me, just so that we can become coherent as a group, which is much more powerful as we go into our manifestation stages with what we're going to celebrate today. So if you will, just take a moment to roll your shoulders back, get your spine nice and straight, kind of get your body comfortable. If you need to stretch or yawn or something, go ahead and do that. And then I invite you to close your eyes down and just take a nice deep breath in with me. Just inhale and pause, and then exhale. Just let it all out. Just let the world exit from you for a moment. And on the next inhale, really fill your entire body and being up with pure energy. Pause. And then as you exhale, just a little ha or a sigh, just let yourself release everything. On the next inhale, bring that energy in, very powerful, very crystalline light, if you will, and let your closed eyes look up towards the point there above your brow, between your eyebrows, above your nose. And at the top, hold that breath and focus on that point. Let the breath light that space up like a sun. And then as you exhale, let that light come out of you and transmit into the world. Bring the world around you into peace. And one more time, bring that energy up, bring that light in. Let your eye gaze go up to that beautiful point, the sun point here in the brow chakra. Hold, let your attention be there. See it sparkle, see it amplify. And then as you exhale, see the light just emanate from you, from every pore of your body, from every cell, from every part of your being. And then let yourself breathe normally. Allow yourself to become centered within. Maybe a smile will help. That'll raise the energy as well. Remember, what you do here in this moment of the eternal now affects everything else. So be very conscious of your feeling state. Be peaceful. Be happy. Be grateful. Be excited. Yes. And now allow yourself to remember there is nowhere to go, nothing to do, just to be. And as we come into that state of beingness, I will let the teachers take over and give the message that they have been waiting for so long to give to you. You may open your eyes. In Lakesh, we are the teachers. Welcome to the Grand Conjunction. Welcome to the solstice. Welcome to the moment of present power and manifestation. We are so grateful to you for joining us in this moment of your day, of your time. So many of you have been working towards this positive manifestation all of your lives, for eons, for all of the lives that you live. We're here to tell you that we want to congratulate you because you did it. You literally launched your society, your species, your planet into this new Earth era. You did this at the beginning, you'll do it at the end. You do it every moment that you stay in a frequency of joy, of love, of compassion, of gratitude and kindness. We are here to thank you because without you, we would not exist. We are merely you having evolved over time, if you want to use that word, over consciousness to a more awakened reality. We have let ourselves loose from all of the heavy, weighted, negative, dualistic material world. And now we only focus on vibrational frequencies that are more preferred, happier, more abundant, more harmonious. And we're here to tell you that you can do that as well. So please allow yourselves to just take this in, to just allow for the information to come to you in the way that is best for you. And we ask you to be open to the fact that you are creating all of this yourself. You are the creator, and you are the celebrator, and you are the receiver, but you're also the transmitter. Today's message is about unification. Unification. All of you participating right now, no matter when that now is, have some sort of notion or have heard about this grand conjunction in your sky where two of the major planets in your solar system have moved into a direct line of sight with the Earth and your sun so that they look like the brightest, most unified star, if you will, in the sky besides your sun and your moon. But we know they're not a star. We know that they are just two planets reflecting the light of your sun, which is reflecting the light of your heart, back to your conscious awareness to bring forth a view of extremely bright and vibrant light. And so, what we're going to say to you now is think of the symbology of these two planets. They're the two largest planets in your solar system. One, Saturn, symbolizes limitation, delay, patience, going within and allowing everything to become more clear as you go into introspection. The other planet, Jupiter, has a directly opposite symbology. It is the planet of expansion, of abundance, of spontaneity, of maybe even, a little bit of serendipity, of energy. Now, why is it that we're celebrating these two coming together in one line of sight so that they look like one bright light? Well, think about it. If those two planets, who are directly opposed in what they stand for, energetically, symbolically, can create the most beautiful light in your sky, something to be celebrated over hundreds and hundreds of years only once. What do you think that message is? We're here to tell you the message is that's what you are to do. Bring unity into your life, always, consciously, every moment. Seek to find what is seemingly in opposition with you and your beliefs, your values, and see if you can align with that which is absolutely different from you in one way or another, and see the light that is within it, within them, and know that it is the same light that is within you. And that when you are in a state of acceptance and allowing of that other part of yourself, that other person, that other situation, that other ideal, that other belief system, when you can be in a state of neutrality and balance, trusting that all is well always, and that you can align your light with that other, you create the brightest light, the most powerful energy in creation. And that is how you move forward and stay in that focus. That is how you create heaven on earth, if you will. Every culture on your planet, every culture in the cosmos has this theory that there is something better out there. There is something more to be striven for. There is something greater than what we are experiencing now. And that is the truth. But it's all within you, and it is all up to you to bring your focus concentrated on it, and to do it with groups as much as possible also, because there is power in groups. And we invite you today to take a journey with us in a moment, to actually experience what that's like, to let go of all of your resistance to what you perceive as other, as separation, as differences, as opposition. Remember, conjunction, when you're talking about astronomy or astrology, two sciences in your culture, conjunction means coming together as closely as possible. Opposition means absolutely on opposite ends of the spectrum from the perception of the observer. Does it mean that they have literally moved closer or farther apart in their space as they move through the universes? Heavens no. It just means your perspective has changed because of where your planet is in its rotation, in its movement through space. That's all it means. There is no opposition. There is no other. There is only you and your creation. And so we encourage you to stop buying into all of the controlling programming that you have maybe been not indoctrinated into over this lifetime or many lifetimes, that there are things to overcome. There are people or cultures or ideals or belief systems that need to be abolished. Just bring your perspective into conjunction with that you perceive as an other. And then begin to really focus and notice if you can perceive the light that is within them. And it is the same light that is within you. When you have that recognition and you really can cement that into your conscious awareness, there is no separation. There is no other. There is only communion, coherence. And that's how you create everything you like. That's how you create more of the beauty and the harmony and the grandeur that is life. We promise you. The other thing we promise you is, again, you've already done it. We're just here to remind you that you've done it. And it's time to focus on that if you're ready. Remember, it does bear some responsibility. If you really are the creator, and you have to be conscious in every moment about what your thoughts, words, feelings, and deeds are creating in your energy field, which is the whole quantum universe. Well, it might take a little bit of work. It might take a little bit of self-awareness, catching yourself and being compassionate with yourself when you see an other, that person who cuts you off in traffic, or that society that doesn't quite believe what you believe and you think they are lower than you in vibration. They are not. Only perspective is lower or higher. We are all one. And we love you so much. And we're so grateful to you. And we want you to know that as we have been speaking through our partner, energy has been flowing into each and every one of you to encourage, to enhance, to reinforce this message, and to help you turn on the switches in your own DNA and in your own mind and in your own heart to switch the program, to tune in your perspective to the most beautiful singular frequency, and that is love, unconditional love, and self-awareness. And we're here to tell you in this moment of your eternal now that you've already done it. And we celebrate this now with you right here and forever. We are the teachers. We thank you. We love you. In Lakesh. And so now Having heard this message, we invite those of you who are with us live to ask any questions or make any observances. If you will, please raise your hand and our partner will help us in answering anything that you have. Please feel free to do so. Don't be shy. All right. If there are no questions or observances right now, what we'd like to do is take you through the second part of this journey. And this journey will bring you into the, how should we say it, the more concrete aspects of what we just gave to you. A direct experience, if you will. And we would invite you to align with us to bring the rest of your world into this frequency now. So again, if you choose, we would invite you to take a few moments to get very comfortable, however that is for you. You can leave your camera on or off. It does not matter because we will have eyes closed. There will be special music playing behind our words, also carrier waves to help you go deeply into the experience. We invite you to come with us now, to close your eyes, and to take a few moments for yourself and the world. Become relaxed and rest. We know that you are tired. We know that you have worked so hard. It's time now to just allow. Just allow yourself to go deeply within. Take a moment or two to deepen your breath, to become conscious of the breath again. Remembering that your breath is the bridge between your physical reality and the grander reality that is your source self. Let yourself be at peace. Relax. Release. Let go of anything that does not feel peaceful or calm. That's right. Just let everything go. Scan your body for a moment and notice if you are gripping or tighten any place. And with your conscious awareness, with your breath, tell it to relax, to rest. For you are safe and you are protected in this beautiful blanket of high-level, unconditional love frequency. Only that which is love can react with you now. Beautiful. And so now what we would invite you to do with closed eyes, just for a moment, let your eyes look up to the point there between your eyebrows above your nose. This will help you to relax and focus a little more. Again, breathe into that space and see yourself lighting up. Very good. And now, if you will, either keeping your physical gaze there or allowing the eyes to rest back into their original place of habitation, let your inner vision, your imagination, your third eye focus down in your heart. And see your heart in the center of your being. And as you move into your heart, let yourself feel a little bit more relaxed, a little bit happier. It feels good to be here. This is your true home. This is your true nature. Zoom in a little bit more in that heart and see there something that looks like a light. At first it's a pinpoint, and then it grows brighter and larger, and it's sparkling and faceted. And as you see it, you begin to relax more. You begin to release anything that doesn't feel like love or trust. And you see this divine light now coalescing into a crystalline form. Like a wonderfully faceted diamond right there in the center of your own being. And from each one of those facets of that crystallized light, you see a different, more vibrant color emitting out into the space of your heart. It's like the grandest prismatic rainbow you've ever experienced, ever. Colors you've never imagined or experienced before are coming from this faceted jewel of light and crystal inside your own heart. Feel the light as it grows, as it amplifies, as it exemplifies itself in its different frequencies. This light is so beautiful. And it's different than anything you've ever experienced before. You can taste it in all its forms. You can experience it as music or tones. Some of you may even be experiencing these different hues and frequencies of the light as fragrance, subtle, and yet very, very beautiful. Feel it in your entire body now, this light growing, informing every cell, every tissue, every part of your bony structure, the joints, the glands, the systems, all of it. In the center of all this light emission, see the bright spark that you cannot gaze at for much longer than a second. So bright it is. White, gold light. But know it's there. And then amplify it even more by letting memories of love, of joy, of peace, of contentment, of excitement, of inspiration flow in and feed that light. Let your focus only be on these higher frequencies of emotion. Feel them pouring in and amplifying this light. Let the memories pour in, or the dreams of what you would like to experience as love, excitement, happiness, abundance. Let it all flow in now. Maybe you're even surprised at some of the things that come in that you had forgotten or hadn't ever really realized before. The beauty of life. Feel it. And taking all the rainbow hues of this light, send a beam of that from your heart down into your planet to connect with the heart of your planet Earth, Gaia. For she too has this faceted jewel of light within her heart. Connect with it and let there be an interplay, a flow harmoniously coming from your heart to hers, hers to yours. Like a transfusion, like an infusion. Feel it. Let yourself really experience it. So beautiful. And keeping that interplay between the diamond light, the rainbow light within your heart and the heart of Mother Gaia. Keep that flow going. Now send another beam of light up out of the crown of your head to the galactic central sun, or what we would call Source, God, the all that is, your higher self. Feel that light growing as it touches that point of creation. And then take note that the light is there too, only in the most grandest form that you could ever imagine and more. So beautiful, beyond words, beyond understanding. Let that flow of light from your diamond rainbow within your heart move up and into that source central sun, and let it flow back into your heart as well, amplifying, integrating, and down into the earth to her heart and back up again, and then begin to see this eternal, consistent, divine flow of love, of light, of harmony, of beauty, of compassion, clarity, wisdom, liberation, and peace come together in that diamond jewel within your heart and infusing every part of your being. spend a moment or two with this interplay, this flow. Feel it in all ways. And now there is more work to be done with this light. If you wish to call it work, we wish to call it play. What the yogis call lila, the play of the gods. Know that this light is not more important coming from the source, the central galactic sun, than the light in your heart or the light in the heart of your planet. It's all the same light. And it's the most powerful force in creation. It is how creation manifests. When you are conscious of this light and use it for the good, only good can occur. And so now we invite you to take the concept of these two planets that you've been talking about, that are so seemingly different in opposition to their symbolic nature. And yet they come into the same line of sight where they create the most light in your sky. So taking the light from the central sun and from your earth and bringing it into your heart, now see yourself beaming that out to the light in the hearts of everyone, everywhere, every when. It might be easier for you to direct it first to those you are happy to be connected with, those whom you feel more resonant with, your loved ones, your friends, your community, those who believe as you do. Connect with them first. See the same diamond rainbow light within their hearts as is in yours. And then let that flow begin between all of you. First, maybe with one person, then 3, then 6, and onward. See this light going out to all the people and all of the beings and all of the ideas and beliefs that are really resonant with you now. Feel the intensity of the light grow as you do this within yourself and within each of them. And then becoming a little more courageous, send beams of that light to all those you do not know or haven't met yet. Everywhere, every when. Connect your light with the light you see in them. See it. Those amazing prismatic rainbow hues emanating from that little crystal diamond shape inside their heart. It's the same as yours. It's the same as Source. It's the same as your planet. And then begin the inner flow between your heart and theirs and yours. Feel the oneness coming online. Feel it. And now, the most courage you've ever had, ever, send beams of that love, that light, that coherency to those with whom you are not resonant, to those who seem unlovable, in opposition to who you feel you are, to those who are different in their beliefs or in their actions, their words, their thoughts, their deeds. We know it's difficult. Trust us, you can do it. With all the love in your heart, with all of the gratitude for the lessons that you are giving to each other, the learning that is happening between all of you and all of you. Let that flow of light from yours to their heart and back again begin. Do it with the same intensity as you did with the light with Source and your planet. Begin to feel the oneness now, creating a grid of this rainbow diamond light emanating from the heart of each being on your planet. See it forming a crystalline rainbow light grid around the planet, incorporating not just the humans, but all life. Everything in existence. See your planet surrounded by this rainbow grid now. The shining, shimmering light that is made up of love, of gratitude, of abundance and harmony, peace, and clarity and wisdom. See it. More importantly, feel it. Excellent. Check in with how you feel right now. How beautiful it feels to be in this sea of oneness. Lock it in. Come back to this feeling state whenever you wish, whenever you need it the most, by thinking of those two planets coming together in your line of sight, the Great Conjunction, the bright star that is not a star, that is your heart. And then thinking about that bright light of the conjunction, let all the rainbow light that is emanating from your heart and the hearts of your planet and the cosmos all be directed right there at that circle of light. See the colors get brighter, more vibrant, more incredible. And together, let's create this portal, the portal of the new era. And see it explode into all the dimensions and all the frequencies, and draw your planet and everyone and everything on it into that portal. And with your intention, give yourselves permission to never look back, to leave behind the heavy weight of the past, all the old wounds, all the negativity, all of the disparity, all of the divisiveness. As one, let us all move through this portal to the new frequency. And vow to never look back, to consciously continue to feed it with your heart, with your love, with your generosity, with your gratitude and forgiveness, with your acceptance and your wisdom. Explore this new frequency now for a few moments from your perspective. Perhaps you allow your intentions to flow into this new reality. What would you like to create from here? What would you like to reinforce from here? As an individual and a group, let us all create the most inspired, high frequency era of existence we can imagine together. Do this now. Now, having created in our own awareness, our own conscious awareness, and programmed in the feeling state of this creation of the new earth, the new human, the new energy, the new frequency. Once more, feel it in your heart. Invite the entire cosmos to join you with that feeling state and the admonition that we all work together continuously, forever, to bring oneness and peace and happiness and abundance and wisdom and complete freedom to express in the most beautiful ways. And bring yourselves back slowly into the conscious awareness of your human body again. Staying connected to that energy, always in your mind, in your heart. Remembering constantly that the light within you is the same light within every other being. And that it is our duty, our responsibility, as we have vowed to continue this co-creation together, to constantly be looking for that light, even when it is really not apparent in someone else, and especially when it's hard to find within ourselves. And then knowing, really knowing that you created this, begin to feel it in your human incarnation, in your vessel, in your body, in your mind. Feel your heart first, and then let it spread out through the body. Begin to notice your breath again, that bridge between the source and this. Maybe you feel your blood pumping through your veins with your heart. Perhaps you begin to feel the temperature of the skin against the air in the room. Maybe you start to hear sounds around you or notice smells. And then as you choose, bring the body back, knowing that it is also in complete coherence in this moment, and any healing that has been needed, any balancing, any restructuring, any enhancing has been happening during this incredible time together and will continue. And it all comes from you. You are infinite, and you are unlimited in your capability and in your possibilities. Don't forget that. Come all the way back now. Wiggle your fingers and toes, perhaps move your head, blink your eyes. Come back into the full realization of wakefulness and coherence all at the same time. And when you are ready, we will welcome you back, and we will be happy to interact with any of you for a few moments. Come all the way back now. Thank you. In Lakesh, which means I am another you. We are the teachers. All right, so at this time, if any of you have a question, an observance, a comment, please use the raised hands function, and we'll be happy to interact with you. Anna Marie Mary, you can unmute yourself. Hello. Anna Marie Mary, did you want to speak? All right, perhaps we lost her. Is there anyone else who would like to interact with us? Please raise your hand. Kevin Briggs. Oh, it looks like Kevin Briggs. Are you there?
Hi, yes, can you hear me?
We hear you. Yes, thank you.
Okay, I just wanted to thank you for that meditation. It was very powerful, and I felt my own energy being raised through that meditation and had some great contact. So I just wanted to say thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We love you so much. And we're so happy that you are here with us to help co-create this energy back into our conscious awareness as a group. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then Gus McCrease. Hello.
Debs, it's actually Hollis.
Hello, Hollis.
Oh, well, Costa's here too, of course.
Hello.
Sorry, it's early here. I just want to say that was amazing. I could literally feel us jointly raising the vibration of the planet. I could see and feel the grid. You took me back into the place of unity consciousness, or the energy of the folks who were there did that, which is maybe the first time I've ever been there since I was there naturally by myself. And kudos for the excellent hypnotic technique.
Well, you do great work.
We all do great work, right?
We all do great work. We are one. And
We are.
the coherence is still so beautiful. We are vibrating at a very high rate of frequency even now. So we thank you for adding your energy to that and your intention. And we agree it is a beautiful energy that we've created. And now it behooves us to just continue that creation consciously, even when the chips are down, as you like to say. That's going to be the real fun of this experimental project, is that we're all embarking upon again. So thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else? Oh, Jamie?
I just want to say that I feel amazing. I received a gentle but powerful healing, mostly at the heart center. My heart chakra got a powerful healing. I know that for a while now I've been needing some serious heart chakra work done, and it was powerful but gentle. I feel so much lighter right now. I just feel amazing. I don't remember the last time I felt this way. And so I'm just so grateful. And I'm grateful to you for being on this platform to bring this to us. So yes.
Well, thank you so much. Again, you do good work. You were ready to do this, and you did it. You accomplished it, and we're so thankful and moved to have been able to be with you during that process. And thank you then for your energy, which then helped the rest of us. This is how it works. This is how you do it. This is how you did it. This is how we continue to do it. Blessings and thank you. Is there anyone else? John Gresco?
Yes, I just wanted to share with everyone that moment. I could feel everything in my body and my skin. I could feel blood flowing through my system, and I've been there many times before, um, as a studio drummer in intense moments of being in the moment on my drum set, playing some really intricate studio stuff in a quiet atmosphere with my isolation headphones. I've had out of body experiences And that moment of the, just going to your breath and relaxing, I just want to share with everybody is something that you can do when you can't sleep at night, when something's on your mind. And I put myself back to sleep all the time because as a drummer, I always have music going on in my head. So when my wife doesn't think I'm listening to her, I usually am playing a song mentally. So, but that moment of just breathing and thinking about your body and relaxing and just going into your body and being into yourself and thinking about the life force in your feet and your fingers and just taking deep breaths will put you back to sleep at night. If you can't sleep, that will put you back to sleep, and you can do it over and over. If you wake up, you can put yourself back to sleep, and it's really mentally good for you.
Yeah.
Thanks for this day today.
Thank you so much, dear John, and thank you for sharing your experience and your discoveries with everyone else. This is how we help each other grow, right? We help each other by sharing our experiences, and you get to pick and choose what works for you in what moment. But that's a beautiful technique. We know that those of you who are musicians, artists, writers, any of you, even if you don't feel connected to some sort of creation, you are a creator. You can be in that flow. All you have to do is remember how you felt in our time together today, and you can get back into that flow and really change what is happening in your world, in your inner self too. We will go to let's see, let our partner work through this. CK has their hand risen. CK, would you like to speak?
Hello there. Thank you so much. And I hope and wish to lock this session into my brain and soul, and always hope to tap back into that and feel that collective energy and the power of that collective reach to the source. And if I misheard it, please correct me. You said experimental stage. Is that experimental or experiential? What was that?
It's both, actually, because each time you've already done this, we've already done this, we continue to do this. The quantum creation that we all exist in, that we all created together, continues forever, always, all at once. Okay. So we are just revisiting this experience, which was an experiment. Everything that we do, everything that we experience is part of the experiment that we embark upon together. So the reason why we put it in that way is for the spirit of that feeling. When you are for instance, a quantum scientist, and you'd set up an experiment of, I want to create this, let's see how I can do it. And you come across some points in the experiment that seem to be working over and over and over again, like this does, like everything does, but this does in our conscious awareness. It brings about a beautiful experience. So if you want to remember that experience and reabsorb it and reunite with it and reignite it in your heart and in your conscious awareness, just come back to this. All right. We hope that helps.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank
Okay.
you. I think we could see the golden age of Aquarius coming in, because if we see the latest Nobel Prize winner, as of now, the current Nobel Prize winner, I think the planet is waking up to the fact that he experimented with the consciousness for once to begin with. And the world has actually recognized it and gave him the Nobel Prize. If we actually research or Google it, there's so much the world is waking up. So I truly believe the beginning of a great journey. Thank you so much.
We are, and we're all taking the journey together. Thank you as much. In Lakesh. We will call on Mark Rivera next, please.
Hello, this is actually Michelle. I'm on my
Hello,
son's
Michelle.
laptop.
Hello, Michelle.
Uh, Thank you so much. The energy is truly amazing and comforting, and just a total tingling. If you can help me though with a little bit of confusion I'm having, I actually had dreams last night, which I usually don't even remember, but kind of a negative or a little bit of a sad story involving a child. And then, but like during our time, I kind of had that story was still kind of coming up in my head. And it's a little bit surprising to me to first of all be holding on to a story, but I just don't, I'm just confused how that's coming up for me now.
All right. Well, for one thing, did you, we're assuming you did, but we want you to answer this out loud. Did you experience emotion during the dream? And we see that you're experiencing emotion, remembering it. Were you emotional in any way?
Not like I would think I would be.
Mm-hmm. What are you feeling now as you talk about the dream or the memory of the dream?
I'm feeling like a small heaviness in my heart.
Mm-hmm. Concern, perhaps?
Concern, yeah.
All right. Well, please know that the way your human vessel, the brain, the mind, translates your life realities, which you create all of them always. They are innumerable. The way it brings it into your conscious awareness through dreams, if you remember the dream, is often translated in symbols. And so if you are especially connected with an emotion as you are remembering that dream, experiencing that dream, don't be afraid of what the dream was about. Ask yourself, what does that dream symbolize to you? And you'll get the answer. Everything in the dream symbolically is a facet of your own being, by the way. So let's say you had a dream about one of your children and something happened to your child and you were very concerned or you were upset or you were afraid or whatever. That's just talking about a facet of yourself. It's not a dream it's not a literal thing that's going to happen to your child, for instance. There is no harm coming to anyone. It's just a symbolic message from you to you about something you might want to look at within yourself, your inner child. Is there something that is still coming up for that part of you, that sacred part of you that needs a little bit extra attention, or maybe a little bit more discernment about how to protect its heart from the world, or maybe, we can't tell you what your dream means to you. You have to go in and look at that. But the fact that this came up during the experience that we had today means it is a very powerful message, and the energy of what we did together today is going to infuse that. You're going to get the answer about what that is and how to best respond to it to create the most good in your life. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Does it feel better now?
It does.
Good. Keep
I
with
just
that
feel a wash
feeling.
of happiness just came through.
Perfect. Keep with the feeling. And that goes for everyone else. Thank you for asking that question, because we know there are many who are listening to this who have the same experience or something similar, and they have that question. That's what it is. That's all it is. It's just a little signpost saying, this might be a little part of your existence that needs a little extra love or attention right now. And then send that feeling state that you had during our collective opening of that portal into that situation or that feeling, and watch it start to morph into something better. All right.
Perfect. Thank you.
Rhonda D.
Greetings and thank you so much. It was very much needed, as
Thank you.
I'm sure you all know. My question is in when we're looking at the portal and we're raising the frequency and bringing the vibration up, part of what I'm seeing isn't necessarily that we're bringing this particular world up, but rather that we are moving through parallels. I'm not sure how else to describe this. It's like what we're doing is changing our frequency and going to a more appropriate place. And or as we raise our frequency, it's shifting us to a higher frequency reality, I guess is what I'm trying to say. The question is, and then when we return to this planet, you know, I know I'm struggling with holding on to that image, that feeling state of the higher plane or reality. What would be your advice in this? I mean, I know it's also to practice, 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 but any other advice?
All right. Well, actually, you bring a good point. Remember, there is no now or then. There is no here nor there. There just is life. There is only you and your focus. Okay. So what we did when we created that portal and all of that, that is just a way of translating what it is we do as creators, as infinite and infallible, hear that word, creators. You can never make a mistake. No one ever makes a mistake. It all is congruent, even though we may not be able to understand at the time why something is happening and it doesn't feel right and it doesn't feel like it's congruent with the reality that we like to, that we're most comfortable in. It's all part and parcel of the big creation that is life that you are creating. It's just that your human mind can't get its mind or can't get its understanding around all of it. So it comes in pieces. All right. That's why there are more than one facet of you, so that you can glean the perspective from many other parts of yourself. So we don't create a new earth, or the planet that you're on does not split apart and go in physically, you know, in reality, does not split apart and some people stay on this one and some people go on this one, nor does the planet move to another location, because there is no location. There only is. What we are trying to describe, which is the indescribable, is the practice of switching your focus and perception to the more preferred reality, to the one where you feel more free to create and to integrate and to that feels best, that's most enjoyable. Okay. And
That's what I was saying.
what you describe as, you know, being maybe pulled back to a reality that you don't prefer, it really isn't non-preferred. It's what your higher part of your being is doing to get you to integrate more into the one you do prefer. Everything that you do is on purpose, and it all comes from you. It does not happen to you. You are the creator of it happening. Although you may not be cognizant of that, because again, you only have so much bandwidth in that little human brain of yours to
Correct.
hold that information. But what you're really doing, what we did together as one today, as the one, was to give yourself a little push into that frequency that is most preferred, most enjoyable, and to lock in that feeling state. Hear that. The feeling state is the most important thing in your conscious awareness. What you are feeling is what you are creating, what you are transmitting, which creates more and more of what you are feeling. What you're thinking creates what you are feeling. What you're doing creates what you are feeling, which creates what you are creating in what you are, you know, experiencing as an outside world. So when you find yourself feeling not congruent with that which you really prefer, you must bring yourself back into the feeling state of that which you prefer, and then your emotions will take over. The feeling state will rise, the vibrational state will rise, and the experience of what is happening will change for the more preferred thing. Along the way, you are going to learn some lessons. That's what you do. It's what we do. That's all we are. We are an experiential, creative, learning entity. There is no separation. There is no good or bad. And it is just a human mental construct that causes us to think there is a dividing point between what is preferred and what is not preferred. We need to trust that what we are experiencing and creating is on purpose and is for the greatest good. And when you can express gratitude for that, we know it's hard, but there are always grains of things you can be grateful for in every experience and every moment. When you can express true gratitude and love for that, and then send more of that unconditional love to that, you will experience, again, the refocus to the preferred existence. Does that help?
Yes, absolutely. And one of the things you kind of touched on too was that um, in the meditation was, and don't look back. Don't look back. I think, at least in my human mind, I have the tendency to look back at the reality that I have not preferred, as you have said, and it's not as comfortable as how I'll put it.
Yeah, we understand. And so, it's an encouragement. It is not a mandate. We said don't look back, but we're saying that as we're talking to ourselves even. Encourage yourself to look at what it is you do want, to think and feel and experience, even if it's just in your mind, in your heart, what it is you do prefer. And you will create more of that in your life, because that emanates out into and creates and crystallizes into the world as your preferred existence. If you continually find yourself falling back, to use your verbiage, into an experience that is not so preferred, number one, take note of the emotions that you are feeling, the feeling state. Ask yourself if there is something to be learned from that signal. That's all that feeling state is a signal to you that there is something to be noticed or paid attention to. See if you can glean a little bit of information from that, and then allow yourself to feel the feeling state that you felt during this portal opening, and infuse that situation with the feeling state, even if it is the most despicable thing you can imagine. Love it. Love it. Hold it. Be with it, but in that vibration, and watch it shift. And we know you don't want to hear this. We heard you say you don't really, that you already know this, but it's practice. It's practice, practice, practice. Every time you consciously find yourself in an emotional state or in a situation that is uncomfortable or not preferred, ask yourself, what is the meaning? Is there something you are learning? Maybe there's something you're teaching.
I had that inkling after our last thing this week, your workshop, or Deb's workshop. So thank you. You're very helpful.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
Thank you for asking your very, very deep question, because it is a question that most people who are listening to this have internally. And, the answer is not something we can put into words. It is, again, you must have the direct experience of it. So be the scientist, experiment with it, play with it, and learn to trust yourself more and more and more. The only reason you have an experience that isn't really preferred is because you've lost trust within yourself about your capability of holding the resonant frequency of that which you do.
Absolutely. You got it. You nailed me.
And you've got it now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Deb,
Yes.
this is Gary Spake. When I was in the meditation, I was seeing the central sun, but I was also seeing a black hole.
Mhm.
I know, like a dark side to it too.
Mhm.
So, is there such a thing as a bad or an evil side to that that's trying to come through to us too, or is it it's just all how we take it and how we react to it and what we emanate, I guess.
It's just the different vibratory states that you are experiencing giving. It's just the way you bring information into yourself. So again, we were talking earlier about the symbology of Saturn and Jupiter. Saturn is seen as limiting, as delays, as kind of a drudgery of roadblocks. Jupiter is about expansion, about maybe even overzealousness or overconsumption or great, great, grand uh, masses of wonderful things. But the symbology of those two things coming together in your line of sight make you realize they are the same thing. They are just exuding different pieces of information to you, just like you saw the galactic central sun, and then you saw a black hole, and immediately, and this is just indoctrination basically in your society where you live right now, darkness, whether it's a color or it is a word or a feeling state that you're trying to describe, anything that is dark is deemed to be negative or bad or lower than light or purity or, goodness. It's not true. It's all life. It's all you. You are all of that. Remember, the white light that is the brightest speck, what the yogis call the bindu, in the middle of that brightest solar light that you saw in your heart, that you saw in the middle of the portal, that you see maybe when you have a near death experience. That little pinpoint of the brightest light is made up of all colors of the spectrum, including pure black. You cannot get to white without the black. And it's just another vibration. So, if you choose, if it's your preference to go and experiment with what black holes do, go ahead. It's awesome. It's fun. Explore it in your out of body experiences, in your meditations, in your dreams. See what lives there. Black holes, we're just using a metaphor now, the darkness. If you wish to go into the darkness, and your society has indoctrinated you into believing that the darkness contains demons and devils and despicable people and bad ideas and disease and destruction. Well, if you allow yourself to believe that idea sect, then that's what you're going to experience. But there's nothing wrong with it. It's not going to do anything to you. Those of you who are listening to this right now, we know you know the truth of this. There is no death. There is no real pain. There is no real suffering. It's all a construct that you developed in the scientific lab that is your third dimensional Earth human life. That's all it is. It's just a holographic experience that you are giving yourselves to play with, to learn, to grow. So if you don't want to experience the negativity that you would, as humans, normally associate with something like the darkness or a black hole, then just remind yourself that it doesn't have to symbolize that. Symbols can be changed. Think of the word in the English language, bad. For centuries, for eons, that word in the English language, bad, meant something not preferred, something evil, something, dark. But a couple of decades ago, there was a singer who popularized the word, making it signify something good. Your Michael Jackson did a song called Bad, and being bad meant I'm cool. I'm all that. I'm better than the best. I'm bad. So you can change the significance of any of the symbols that are coming into your conscious awareness, even the symbols that you're seeing in your society right now, such as, you know, political leaders or ideals or societies or belief systems. Just because they're different from what you are aligned with right now in your conscious awareness doesn't mean that they're bad. It just means that they're a different facet of your experience. And you get to choose whether you want to fully dive into that experience, that black hole, and explore what that feels like, or you can just switch your perception to the opposite of that, the central sun. Does that help?
Yeah, a little bit. Have you ever met or listened to Laura Eisenhower? Do you know
Uh,
who she is? She's the granddaughter of Ike Eisenhower, the president from the 50s.
yes, our partner
She,
is familiar with her, and we are familiar with her.
yeah,
Absolutely.
you know, the whole thing of karmic debt and getting trapped here and not be able to let the soul go forward because of alien involvement and holding us here, some sort of a way, you know, you get into that and it just gets very confusing. So
Well,
we're bypassing all that stuff and we're going directly to the central sun and we're making our own path.
yeah.
And we're
I
making
mean,
our own path for our soul to go forward.
exactly. That was just an idea, just as all ideas are just, facets of your being, just experiments. Some people who buy into that as a truth will experience that as a truth until they're ready to not experience it as a truth, and then they'll find another truth to experience.
All
It's
right.
all just different components of life, of what you choose to experience. That's why we're saying, we encourage all of you to get more into practices that help you become more consciously self aware at all times. Meditation, visualization, affirmation, taking good care of your physical vessel, being kind to others, being in selfless service and generous to others, and just trying to stay calm. You know, what we like to say is chill, Omi.
Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Thank you. And we will close here in a little bit unless someone else has any kind of question. We would be happy to engage you just for a few more moments, but we do want to honor everyone's time. David Malley.
Greetings.
Greetings, David.
Oh, it's been a while. I'm the same guy. I just shaved away all the excess off my chin. So
Oh, so you created another reality for your physical being.
I did. Yeah, my shaver was getting dust, so I put it into action again.
Very good.
My concern is this coronavirus, and I'm hearing there's more of other versions of it releasing and breaking out. I have pictured that humanity is going to be welcoming assistance from those above us that have been wanting to make friendship. They're going to come down and assist us in hospitalization, vaccination, improving, and it's going to be such a bond of humanity with the universe that it will be a new birth for us of elevating in education, entertainment, life, harmony, something that we've been sort of deprived of. And I feel like it's the gateway of sharing, loving, and learning what the pressure of greed, power, disease, all that will sort of like subside, and we have like a new birth of sharing. I picture like interstellar festivities that it's like a joy and something to look forward to. That education is going to be so much more rewarding, and the hardship that we've had in life is going to be lifted, and the joy and the love for all, whether it's animal or human, there's going to be more appreciation and enjoyment of life we've never had. So That is my feeling of what the star people, the teachers are going to teach us.
Well, it is part and parcel of what we are trying to remind you that you do, but it's only one facet of what we do. Remember to try not to limit anything that you set your intention upon, including where the help comes from or how it affects things. Okay. We are so happy and so pleased that you recognize star beings as being your allies. However, the benefit doesn't just come from other beings from other star systems. That is just one frequency. That's the physical third dimension that you're talking about.
Yeah.
We're talking about interdimensional coherency throughout creation. And this virus that you all have been focused on so keenly because you've been led to focus on it for many reasons, but it's all part of your agreement with each other, whether you are conscious of it or not. This little virus that has caused so much disruption, so much a sense of compression, lack, Saturn, if you will, delays, um, keeping you from doing the things that you really want to do. It's just an example of the feeling state of that which you do not prefer. When you start to focus on some of the things that you got into as you started talking, you know, coherency and creation and getting back into life and creating more art and the things that you love, when you start to focus on that, that is what is going to be your reality. And soon you'll wake up one day and go to yourself, remember that time when we had all of those physical things happening to us that kept us from being together, that made us sick, that caused our bodies to die? Where'd that go? Well, it's still going on. Everything always still goes on, but you've switched your focus to something more preferred, more open-ended, more comprehensive. And so you are the one who cures the virus. And by the way, you are the virus. So you are the one who cures the virus. You are the only thing that exists. We are all merely facets of your being that you're looking at from time to time to time, deciding what it is you want to tweak next, what you'd like to polish up, and what you might like to say you're finished looking at for now. But it's all good. It's all part of the great jewel that you are, that is life. Does that help?
It does. It does. And the meditation was overwhelming. As with closed eyes, I had purple blending in with this yellowish green, and they were like interchanging and overpowering. And so it felt the sense of I was like going through travel into space. And it was so intense that I got a little frightened and started walking around just to break free of it. So
It's okay. When you feel frightened or overwhelmed, take a moment just to sit down or even close your eyes if you're walking or standing up and just take a couple of deep breaths and remember it's all you. Are you scared of yourself? If you are, why? And then be with yourself for a little bit and ask yourself, why is it too overwhelming? And we say this to you with the greatest kindness and with the deepest appreciation. You are a masterful soul and so gentle and so honest. And thank you for saying some things sometimes get overwhelming. Sure, they do. Because again, you don't have a whole lot of bandwidth in this little flash drive of your brain. The big computer that is you, that is us, sees everything the way it is, which is perfect. You are perfect and divine just as all of life is. Make sense?
I thank you. Yes, and I thank you.
We thank you as well. All right.
I have a question. Sorry, I don't know where to raise my hand.
All right, go right ahead.
My name's Teresa, And you were speaking about the emotions which bring thoughts. And I thought it was always taught the other way, that thoughts bring the emotions. So which is better to work with when we're trying to make the changes within ourselves? Emotion to come first, to find that, or to find the thought that would bring the emotion?
Well, it's a good question, and thank you for bringing it up, because the answer is the same either way. If you're noticing that you're feeling a certain way, ask yourself, what were the last few thoughts that you had, or what were the things that you were focused on? And then look to that to see if there's any clue as to what brought that emotional effect on. It might be, as you all like to say, a trigger for a memory of something that you have maybe hidden away in a cupboard in your psyche for a while that you might want to look at, dust off, express gratitude for, release it after you forgive it, bless it, and let it go on its way. And then that makes space in your internal computer cache, if you will, for the good stuff. That way you can focus your thoughts on feeling a different way. And the best way to do that is just bring up a memory of something that felt really good to you, or an imagination, a vision, an envisionment of something that you would desire, and get your thoughts focused on that, and it will change. And conversely, if you are thinking a certain way and you can't get into a feeling state, once you notice, because now that we've done this together, you're going to start being much more consciously self aware about catching yourself being in these states, okay? And having these thoughts. If you're having thoughts that you keep ruminating over and over and over again, you're not good enough. Oh my God, you made that mistake again. You sounded like a fool. You're too fat. You'll never do anything. When you catch yourself doing that, again, switch. Just turn the switch and go to, maybe you keep a list of affirmations, of positive affirmations. I am wise. I am kind. I am generous. I am grateful. I am perfect as I am in all ways. And you just keep reading them to yourself, reciting them to yourself. Perhaps you reinforce that with reading materials or viewing materials or conversations with other people that that revolve around the positive thoughts that you want to start to embed. Remember, the human vessel is a recording device, just as is your energetic quantum self. In the human vessel, in the human brain and neuralistic system, your neurology, there is an old saying, it's not that old, but it's a scientific discovery. Things that fire together, wire together. Thoughts that fire together, wire together. Thoughts and activities that fire together, wire together, and they create a circuit. It's just like making a circuit in a computer, okay? So if you continuously are, even subconsciously, but now that you're here with us today, you're going to start being more conscious of those subconscious routines that are going on underneath your psyche. You're constantly deriding yourself for not doing or thinking something perfectly. And you start to get in that feeling state of, oh, I'm just never going to get this, or I'm not going to ever be able to break this habit, or why can't I stop thinking about that person who hurt me 30 years ago? Which, by the way, every time you go back into an old pain, your brain and body do not know the difference, that it's not happening right at that moment, because it is. You're just focusing on that non-local point in your existence. So that continues to wire that circuit deeper and more implicitly, okay? So when you notice that you're having a thought that's creating feelings, you need to find a way to think a different thought. And we say go to the opposite end of the spectrum of those thoughts. And if you can't make your own internal consciousness go there, as we said, it's helpful to have a list of affirmations. We have a friend who literally writes these with a lipstick on her mirror every day. And she goes there and reads them, or keeps a list on her phone. And when she gets that feeling state, she looks at those and says them out loud, and then says them internally until she starts to feel it. Because you will start to feel it. You may not feel it about yourself, but you'll start to notice things starting to ease up in your physical outward life. And then you'll start to feel it. And once you start to feel it, remember to program yourself to trust that's the truth, because it is the truth. Does that help? So you can come at it from either way. Thoughts to feelings, feelings to thoughts. It's all the same practice. Does that help?
Yes, thank you very much.
Oh, you're so welcome. And thank you for being here. We love you. Gary?
There's just a couple of notes there popped into my brain. You create your own reality, but are you creating an illusion, or is it a delusion? And, it's the thing of fake it till you make it. Just working on yourself that way.
Mhm.
Fake it until you make it.
Mhm. And yeah, so the answer is yes to all of that. You are creating illusions or delusions, if you want to call them that. And it is possible to fake it till you make it, because guess what? There is no fake. It's all real. It's all real. So if you're in a situation or a feeling state that is not preferred, start to act and live like the one you do prefer, and the one you don't prefer will not be in your conscious awareness, or it'll be very subtle and not affecting you as much until it goes away. Remember, again, we're talking basic quantum physics here. Nothing really exists until you observe it. We know that's a mind bender, but it's true. It's been proven. Look it up. So you create by observation, i.e., your focus. So however you do that, that works for you. Some people do it with visualization, some do it with affirmation. Our recommendation for all of you is to spend more time going deeply into meditation, spending some time in nature every day, connecting with the goodness of your existence. And by doing that, we mean just being still and being silent and not pleading or asking or demanding something different, but just allowing it to come into your focus. And
take your shoes off and stand in the dirt.
Yes, exactly. We talked about the light at the heart of your planet, the Mother Gaia. It's the same light within you. It's the same light as is in the central sun and in all things. When your physical body literally will help, it will help your physical body, which will change your feeling state, which will change your thinking state, which will change your entire experience. If you take your physical body outside and touch the earth with your bare feet or your bare hands, or you hug a tree, put your face up against the bark of a tree, pet the plants of the leaves of a plant, smell a flower, pet an animal, all of these things will help bring back into your conscious awareness the goodness of life. And it's like hitting a reset button. Okay? All right. Well, we do want to honor everyone's time. And we wish to thank all of you for this co-creation today. One of the best things we've ever done with you. And we're so excited about what comes next. And you get to decide what that is. So we encourage you to stay in this energy. And when our partner is able to, she will send out or repost this recording so that you can use it again and again if you like, or go back and check out some of the questions and answers. But we encourage you to continue to connect with yourself. always, and create something beautiful in each and every moment. The new era has begun thanks to you once again in your perception. Stay concentrated and focus on it, and help the other beings around you who maybe aren't able to yet or don't know about it. Show them how it works. Teach someone else. Share your love. Be kind. Be wise. Be free. Be love. In Lakesh, we are the teachers. Thank you. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed today's gathering, and I will get the recording sent out as much as possible across all of my platforms and social media and so forth. If you can't find it, feel free to connect with me at my website, which the address is down there. It's debshakti.com. I'm happy to help anyone at any time. Just let me know. I do get, sometimes I get a little overwhelmed with a lot of answering of emails and so forth, but I promise I will interact with you as soon as I possibly can. And I just wish you the very best solstice, and go out there and celebrate the energy of this day, every moment of every day. In Lakesh.